Now let's take a look at market analysis. But today we're going to focus on market equilibrium. Remember that in a market, we have consumers who demand the goods and services, and producers who supply the goods and services. In the figure below, we can see the demand curve and supply curve for a market. Remember, we have price on the vertical axis and quantity on the horizontal axis. Now let's take a look at the scenario at P1. The quantity demanded is greater than the quantity supplied at P1. This means we have a shortage. In a shortage, some consumers are willing to pay a higher price to obtain the good or service. As the price increases, the quantity demanded will decrease, according to the law of demand. On the other hand, the quantity supplied will increase, according to the law of supply. And as we move along both the demand curve and the supply curve, the price will go up to P star, as indicated in the graph, where the quantity supplied and the quantity demanded are equal at Q star. Now let's take a look at the opposite scenario, at P2, where the quantity supplied is greater than the quantity demanded. This is called a surplus. At a surplus, some producers are willing to sell their product at a lower price. Thus, the price will decrease. Remember that as price decreases, the quantity demanded will increase, according to the law of demand. At the same time, when the price decreases, the quantity supplied will also decrease, according to the law of supply. Eventually, the price will decrease until P star. P star we call the equilibrium price. This is where the quantity supplied equals the quantity demanded, and that quantity is called Q star. So remember, at equilibrium, we have P star, and at the condition of P star, our quantity demanded equals our quantity supplied, and we call that Q star, or our equilibrium quantity. P star is known as our equilibrium price. Let's discuss some changes in the market equilibrium. This will be our first case. Again, we have consumers who demand the goods and services and producers who supply the goods and services. Now let's take a look at our example, the market for theme park tickets. D1 is the original demand curve and S1 is the original supply curve. Here's the scenario. As income increases, the demand for theme park tickets also increases. As a result, the demand curve shifts to the right. As you can see in the example, it shifts from D1 to D2. As a result, the equilibrium price of theme park tickets also increases. The price increases from P1 to P2. And the equilibrium quantity for theme park tickets also increases from Q1 to Q2. Let's take a look at our second case of changes in the market equilibrium. In our example, we're looking at the market for cars. Note that D1 represents the original demand curve and S1 represents the original supply curve. Now here's our scenario. As the supply of microchips decreases, the supply of cars decreases. Thus, the supply curve shifts to the left. In our example, the supply curve shifts from S1 to S2. As a result, the equilibrium price of cars increases from P1 to P2, and the equilibrium quantity of cars decreases from Q1 to Q2. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.